My next upload tonight is with regard to matters pertaining to contracts. The contracts that I'm going to refer to are the matrimonial contract, the contract with regard to individuals that are perhaps assigned as caretakers or guardians to an individual. There's contracts that have become an issue with regard to corporation law and entertainment industry and publishing and stuff. So the first issue I'm going to mention with regard to my former upload is the issue of the offences I'm experiencing in social housing and the matrimonial contract of my marriage in 2015 that is still legally binding, and where there was awful occurrences of spiritual violence in Ardfert, and where there was also trouble and harm caused in 2017. My marital home is in Ardfert, County Kerry, and I'm experiencing people intruding upon me in social housing. The issue of all of this is that there has been GDPR issues caused in this accommodation also, and there have been individuals that have been of fraudulence and false reporting as an exacerbatory measure when they shouldn't be in my proximity. This is all in a collective effort of hate crime, which is an offence against the state. So the other matter is with regard to the issue of health practitioners not being assigned as caretaker or guardian in my circumstances when they have been guilty of damaging my health. There's also the issue of the developments of two particular companies in this region of Ireland that have caused bodily integrity damages and that had no consent from me to violate my body in any way at all. So that's another contract that is questionable and queried in these circumstances with the bodily integrity damages and environmental damages that are occurring, as well as the GDPR offences that have occurred and the issue of repeat offenders in my proximity. Now, the issue of any professionals that were trespassing onto my marital property in 2017 and that were involved in unlawful detainments since I became a married mother, and that have falsified documents with regard to their elaborate, imaginative, creative reliance or the way they have recalled or recollected circumstances that are completely falsified is slanderous and offensive and a violation of human rights. So there's a huge issue with my matrimonial contract being violated. There's an issue about health practitioners and any other representatives of any association or organisation on behalf of guilty culprits that have been offending me and my health and well-being and my profession, privacy and purpose, that are still of slander and false reporting and fraudulence. There's also the issue of forgery and people putting their name, their signature with my name to documents that assist in their acquisitions of my wealth. So the DPP have received my impact statements and the ECHR have received my applications also. So I'm very curious how this circumstance has been facilitated. This is an unusual situation for people to be so intrusive and for people to be breaching confidentiality and to be discussing matters that haven't been shared with them. I find it quite unusual that anyone be able to discuss my personal experiences when they haven't had transactions or interaction. And as regards entitlements that are solely mine from my work in the past and the present, the issue of individuals exploiting and gaining monetarily and accessing my rights and my ownership and my entitlements, and the fraudulence and disrespect to my matrimony are all issues that are of an investigative nature and subject matter for an inquiry. I'm wondering why the DPP haven't addressed the offences that my child and I have experienced. So the issue of contracts with regard to my marriage and individuals of financial fraud that have been stealing from me and convoluting offences and mental health practitioners that are of slander, of character, and other more dangerous offences in my proximity, and the human rights abuses I'm experiencing. I'm very curious, as a royal, sacred, law-abiding citizen with a very clean track record, and individuals of falsified allegations and offences and illegalities. I'm very curious about how the Honourable Government are addressing this issue when they are fully aware of my impact on recent legislation. So I'm very curious how the Honourable Government is respecting my child and I when these offences and these culprits are liable and still liabilities to civil society. So I'm awaiting since 2017 the issues that have been brought to the attention of the Medical Council, the Kerry University Hospital, the Tusla Child and Family Agency, the OCO, and the State Ombudsman and the NTMA, and I'm awaiting still, as a teacher and former employee of 3 state departments, the guidance and entitlements and justice that I'm fully entitled to as a private law-abiding citizen, and those disrespecting my royal patronage and being liberal with their offences and harms and theft and slander. I'd appreciate the Honourable Government upholding its honourability.